Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Realtalk Bougie. Bougie gang, guess what? Your lunch is ready. What's going on, y'all? What is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Well, I know what's going on. A lot. It's a lot going on. Let's see. Let me pull up my monitor. Let me tell you guys, someone just stole some food out the kitchen. I'm not saying any names, but somebody stole a whole entire baguette off of the center island because sis left the gate to the kitchen open. I can't blame him. Well, I've already said who it is now. But it wasn't, I'm going to give a big hint. It wasn't my husband. My husband doesn't have to steal anything around here. Okay. Someone stole my lunch basically. Okay. I went and got some nice boar's head. So I went and got some turkey and some laughing cow cheese. My favorite, la vache qui rit. That's my favorite little cheese. I was gonna have myself a little kind of Frenchy poo bougie sandwich on a nice crispy baguette, with a little piece of turkey and some ham and some laughing cow cheese. And guess who stole literally the whole entire baguette? I put his behind outside. I took a piece of it and I gave it to Portia. Portia was like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" Because Portia's tiny. Homeboy sat up there and ate the whole damn baguette. And I'm talking about like a legit size baguette. Yes, my favorite. It's civil. Shut up. It's fine. I don't need the bread anyway. Okay, because I'm gonna just keep it cute, and I will take my turkey and my jambon, and I will spread out my vache qui rit on my meat, and I will roll it up and eat it like a little meat roll up, and I will be sans carbs. Okay, how about that? So okay, Lambo, thank you very much for saving mommy a sugar spike. It'll be fine. It was funny though. I was like, wait till I tell Bougie Gang that homeboy stole my baguette. Okay. Anywho, guys, what are we talking about? Are we getting into the gay love story of Wayne Wade? Like, is that what y'all want to talk about? Y'all been asking to talk about Wade. Are we getting into this him and Joey? I was like, who in the hell? Who is Joey? Who is Joey? Um, I was like, Wade is a dangerous man. You know why Wade is so dangerous? Because Wade is going to do just about anything. Wade does not care. Wade is like whatever's clever. Okay, whatever is clever. Okay. Wade is about that business. He's about them care packages. He's about getting that money. And when he said what he was going to do after they got over their first fight, I was like, he's on some. He really, to me, Wade is the type of guy, he will do whatever he's got to do. That's what he's going to do. He's going to do whatever he's got to do. Okay. Joey sounds very weak on his last leg. I wonder if he's got if I don't know, because he said he was feeling sick. Is Joey some sort of a patient of some sort of ailment? Because I think I showed this to you guys. I didn't show all of this to you guys, but they were on this subpoena when so the subpoena, I know some people were like, oh, This was attached to, so yesterday I was telling you guys about the overdose, but the overdose that happened on April 7th, and the shakedown team, I wonder if that's how he probably had to give the information about the drug trafficking, because they're probably like, how did you get these drugs to overdose? Um, the actual takedown was later in April going into May. So I don't know. But they did some testing. Obviously we don't know the results, but um it got cold up in here all of a sudden. It's a very cloudy day. I had the ceiling fan on in this room, and all of a sudden I was like, damn, I'm cold. I made Lambo take his baguette outside. I was like, "You're not gonna sit here and eat my bread in my face." Anyway, let me see what's going on here. What are we doing first? You guys like the Joey's dad went off situation? Joey's dad went off, rightfully so. Wade is too damn much. When it's hard to even hone in on one thing, because Joey's call was kind of hard to answer. I mean, hard to process, other than it sounds like, I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't even sound like him and Joey have history. Oh, hold on. I made an overlay. Where's my little Wade overlay? Hold on. That's not it, obviously. Let's see. Um, I I wonder how they met. I wonder if they met through the kiosk also. Maybe I missed that part. Did he say they met through the kiosk? I'm trying to find my Wade overlay. Nope. That's me right now. Okay, Wade overlay. Where are you? I know I made one. Oh, here it is. Girl, Wade, what is going on with you, sir? Wade will do whatever. Dad tore his butt. Uh, yeah, I guess so. I'm not going to say I wasn't impressed. I just like, so I didn't watch about the last 30 minutes of his interview. I saw a good half of it, maybe 60%. Um, Joey sending Wade his disability check. Can you believe that? It sound like it. You think he got that house in Virginia? He's got that. I haven't heard the Joey call. The last call was the dad. Okay, he put out a call today, and it was uh Wade is LGBTQ. Um he's on the B side. He's he's with men and women. And he said he accepted the man's proposal to get married. He said that we'll get married one day. They Wade is actually engaged to a dude, okay? As of this phone call, Wade is going to have a husband, okay? And good for him. I mean, hey, Wade Wade sees, he's just, I'm going to be with whoever I need to be with. He's not even, you know what? He's not even LGBTQ. He is just for himself. He is self. That's his sexuality. He is for self, and that is his sexuality. Whatever I got to do to get that check. Yes. He is for self. That's he and I think he'll come through with it too. He's willing to come through on whatever he needs to come through to he said, did you hear him say that there was another bartender in the jail? So a bartender does what? Serve up drinks, right? So is that what he was talking about? Because I was like, is he talking nasty on the phone? He said, "Yeah, I got another bartender up in here." So the bartender is going to serve him up a drink, and is Wade having drinks? So I guess if there's a bartender, he would be getting the drink. Ew! Ew! It was giving very much sausage for Cheryl. Okay. You guys don't want to hear that, do you? Is that talk that is known? Yep, a bartender. He was talking nasty. Wow. Is that what you guys want to listen to? Is that what you ladies are on at this lunchtime? You want to hear that nasty talk? The care package was drug talk? I think he meant no, they you can send an actual care package. Like you can go if you are on the account, you can pick stuff out you can like pick out a commissary package. When Wade and them were talking drug talk, I read you guys that police affidavit from the sting. They weren't even talking like about no care packages. It was straight up like it's under the gray tarp outside under the tree. Like they were just talking. The screenshot shows the location of the drop. Yeah. Yeah, when they were actually doing the drug trafficking talk, um we read that I read that to you guys a couple of days ago. We talked about the drug sting operation that took place over at the jail. And that was after that drug sting happened after Wade had a drug overdose. Um, he was taken to the hospital a couple of weeks before then. And I think that precipitated them listening in on his phone calls. Um, but he went in for a drug overdose on April 7th, and the drug sting actually happened much later. Well, not much later, but weeks later. Um, Starting on April 20th. Uh, they started doing some ops to try to figure out what the heck was going on. Um, it's interesting because remember when we were reading the police report, he had a guy that he had kind of at his beck and call in the jail who would do what he wanted him to do, and then he had another guy named Robert Hudson who let him use his pins. Wade does whatever he needs to do to get whatever he wants done. That's the type of time he's on. Um no, they were literally talking about I think they were talking about sex. Mm, hmm, I don't know. I don't know. It's too much. It's so much. Okay. What did it mean? The black inmate? That was the easy. He said there was somebody yelling. Somebody was yelling in the dorm. And he said, I'm not trying to be racist, but it always seems like it's a black guy. That was it. What else? I don't know what else they meant by that. I just took it on face. Black inmate being loud. That was it. I mean, you got to be realistic. Just as much as black people talk about white people, I guess understand white people probably talk about us too. You know what I'm saying? We talk about men, men talk about women. You know what I'm saying? We talk about white people talk about us. You know what I mean? Um, I think he was just saying there was a black guy who was loud. So yeah. Um in my mind, I'm going to think dealer because the later makes me Sick. Oh, the latter makes you sick. Jail is probably going to be nothing for him. He clearly doesn't care. He seems to be able to really assimilate, right? I thought he had a relationship. A relationship with who? He's he has so if you listen to his call, I'm sorry about the dogs. Let is that Lammy or Portia? Portia. It's the mailman hit the block, so they're just Portia's upset and her muscle is upset. When Portia's not happy, when Portia starts barking and she's disturbed, she's running to windows, she's trying to figure out what's going on. Lambo is literally right behind her, like, "What, baby? What's wrong? What can I do? Who's bothering you?" He can adapt to any environment. Lambo typically doesn't bark like that. Portia, come here, babe. Come here. Come here, boo. Oh my God, Lambo, could you get away? Girl. Security, sit down. I called Portia for a second. I said, "Come here." Lambo comes out of nowhere. Okay. Come here, Pooh. Come here, Pooh. You're so cute. Portia is so cute. Oh my God, I love her so much. She's just, oh, she's so like, I've never had a little dog like this before. Oh my God, go. You two go. Okay, bye. Your boyfriend wants you back. Okay. Golly, Lambo's like mine. She's mine. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to business. Um, he has a relationship with everyone, anyone who can. So, okay. Do you guys want to? I guess this is what I honestly, when I was thinking about a Wade call today, I either want to listen to the Kristen calls. Is it Kristen, the new girl, or the first Mila call? The father telling him off for being stupid, I mean, I guess it was good, but I just wasn't like, at the end of the day, I wasn't really sure what the dad's angle was about it because Wade has already confessed. Wade confessed to him. Wade confessed to Mila. I don't really understand what his dad's motivation was behind all of a sudden calling him and cussing him out. He was telling him he was being stupid, maybe by giving interviews. Wade's dumb. I mean, what else does he expect? I didn't really understand. Did any of you get it? Why his father was telling him off? I mean, listening, like, and I know some of you guys wanted to listen to his dad's interview. Um, I think that Wade, as he stated, was on a very similar path that his father was on. So his father, above everyone, should understand what he's going through, not necessarily think that it's okay because Wade is fucked up right now. But at the end of the day, you would think if who would understand it better than him, because he was there himself. Wade is definitely for the streets. This guy who's calling him is just another. This is like on some Nesto. This is on some. These are people who like to be used. I don't want to say like to be used. These are people. Look at the Kelly call from the other day. Kelly said she got some guy up in the house and he stole her rent money. Who does that? In 2024, who steals your rent money? Why is some guy you just met knowing and have access to where you keep your money, especially for your rent? Why is it not on a card somewhere? Why is it not stashed somewhere? Like, how did you go from Wade to the next guy? You know what I'm saying? I think his dad got really triggered because Wade was talking ish to him. Yeah. Dad was trying to tell him to fall back and stop talking. He's already said everything though, Azure. I get it. I'm not faulting anyone, so don't get it, you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is I wonder why at this point, like, if you were going to stop him from talking, why didn't you stop him from talking when he was like, if you're concerned about him saying too much, Dad, why didn't you tell him not to talk on the phone when he confessed everything, not only to Mila, but to you? He told you everything too. And you also went and testified. So, what is, you know what I'm saying? Like, not to say he's a bad dad, not to say he didn't care about his son, not to say he didn't do the right thing, because I think he did all of that. I'm just saying, why are you pissed on a Thursday or whatever day it was when that call happened? Like, what triggered you to all of a sudden be pissed and mad because he's talking to people and mad because he's talking to the news? He already told you more than he should have told you on the phone. He definitely told more than he should have told to Mila. But at the end of the day, all of it was done on jail phones. So what is the problem? Like, what was the point in calling him a whole bitch and trying, like, was that a way for, did he just want to pick a fight to just be done and try to be a little bit more stress free or not feel bad as a man walking in and having to sit and testify against your own kid? Like, sometimes psychology plays things out like that, because you can't really deal with the fact that you have to go speak against your own son. When he sat there and let Wade give him that whole confession on a jail phone call, he was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to say Mila was on some fugazi, like, you already know how this works. You've been in jail, you've been in prison. Why would you have your son talk all that talk and say all those things? It was no different from the Mila call. I was that the first time? The man's on drugs. There's 15 years of difference between them. You know what I mean? Yes, that's his father, but he has an adopted father and he calls him dad. I don't know. They have a different type of relationship. I don't I don't see I think that when his dad was trying to tell him he made a mistake talking to him and Wade flipped it and was like, "But you did the same thing." I think he got mad because you can't sit up here and tell me I was stupid to talk to Mila when I was stupid to talk to you. I was stupid to talk. If you telling me I was stupid to talk to Mila, then I was stupid to talk to you too because I told you the same thing. That's the way I took it. Yeah, I don't think he was angry at all when he was talking disrespectfully. I don't think he was mad at all. Mm. Mila is had an ulterior motive and dad not so much. Dad, I don't want to know. I don't think it was not so much. You're on a recorded jail call. If you know that your son did something, and unless you are ready to, if you're getting ready to tell me what I think you're getting ready to tell me, remember what you're getting ready to tell me on this recorded line. I don't know if that's a good idea. The man's been in prison. He knows all too well. If he thinks that Mila set Wade up for a confession and the police were right there, it didn't matter because you put your wife on speakerphone because you didn't think she was going to believe you. You know what I'm saying? You did the same thing Mila did. You had a witness for the confession from your son. I don't think there's really much difference between what Mila did and what the dad did. I don't, and I'm not saying neither are wrong because at the end of the day, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because they were all on recorded lines. Yeah. I'm like, where did this call come from? I need to talk to you. I need to talk. Like, For what? You know, sometimes it's easier to do something that's hard when you're mad at the person. And I feel like the father probably, this is my opinion, I feel like the father probably felt shitty about what he did and what he was getting ready to do. Because keep in mind, some of these phone calls are very soon after he was arrested. He hasn't even been indicted yet on some of these charges when he's talking to these people. The father was probably getting ready to go down to the police station. They hadn't rounded everybody up yet to talk to them. So if you get yourself mad at your son, the fact that you got to go downtown and talk about the phone call, or we had a jail phone call, or I talked to him on the 22nd, go pull the call, everything's right there, then maybe you don't have to feel so bad because there's a little bit of negative energy. And at the end of the day, you're doing the right thing because you know your son is not altogether with it. You know, it's one thing to be a drug addict, it's one thing to be a petty thief, but it's another thing to be a very aggressive threat out here on these streets running around killing women. That's a whole nother thing. So absolutely his father did the right thing by having that conversation with him and encouraging him to come clean and encouraging him to tell the truth and all of those things, because Wade has a very strong charisma and seems to be able to get people to do what he wants them to do. Um, the story he told in the interviews, of course, yeah, we watched the interview. If you go back like a couple weeks ago, I think the first Wade interview the first Wade video I did was the interview that he did with the TV station. And I wouldn't say it was a different story, but the facts revolving around the story varied. It was Kristen was asleep versus I killed the bitch. And she gave me her phone and her car rather than I took her phone and her car and all of those things. So yeah, he's told many different stories, but you know what I'm saying? Like, no, his dad wasn't feeling guilty about anything. You need to go listen to the dad's interview. He was telling him to stop lying to the media, and it made him look like he had no remorse. I think that with him going with the defense that he's got mental illness, I think it fits right in. Someone who's got a mental illness, somebody who has, you know, all of these things that they're saying isn't necessarily going to tell one consistent, cohesive story. Even if he had remorse, I guess that would be the difference between a life sentence and the death penalty. There is nothing that can save Wade. Wade could just say, you know what? I decided at the end of the day, that's not even me on video. That wasn't even me that you know, like he could make up a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? He could make up whatever and it wouldn't matter because we already know that it's him. His fingerprints are everywhere. There's physical evidence, there's video, he gave a confession that they're not letting him walk back. He can say he's not guilty all he wants, but he was found guilty and it's gonna be the difference between a life sentence and the death penalty. Let me ask you guys this. Who thinks he's getting the death penalty versus a life sentence? Let me drop a poll. Who's because that's coming up. At the end of the month, he's going to get his sentencing. Do you think that is he getting the death penalty or is he getting a life sentence? Yeah, I think that his father I just this is no, I don't know that anyone's speculating. At the end of the day, my thing was this. I didn't understand what the point in that moment in time on a interview how many years later? The call was probably 4 years ago. What was the point in calling him and being mad? Because he'd already confessed. That's my point. He'd already confessed. Him telling lies to the media was Wade trying to save himself. His father calling him a bitch and all kinds of stuff like that. What was that? I don't know if that was really worth anything. When the doctor said Wade clearly lying to make himself like he's insane. Yeah. We know Wade is not, obviously, I think that he's got some issues, but as far as him not being in control of himself, I feel like he's very much in control. The interview with the dad tells a lot. The call where the dad went off is just him serving up reality to Wade. That call before he went to court, the dad said he doesn't even talk to his family anymore because he only cares about people that sends him money. I'm not surprised about that. Yeah. I figured that that was good. I mean, there at a certain point, a person like Wade, you have to let him go for your own sanity. He's not um as a Floridian death. Okay. Hold on, let me why can't I get to hold on one second. As a Floridian, let me ask you this, Kinsey. Do you think they're going to offer Sarah Boone up for I don't think they're gonna give her the death penalty. What do you guys think? I don't think they're gonna give her that. We'll talk about that. Just put that in back of y'all's mind for a minute. I don't think they're gonna give her that. I don't think that'll be on the table. Maybe it will though. Who knows? Sometimes women's cases are different. Hold on. Um, Let me ask it a different way. Okay. Okay, let's see what you guys vote. Um Thank you, Miss HLS. You're so sweet. I don't think they will give Sarah death. Yeah, she could end up with life in prison. She could end up with life in prison, but I don't think she'll get the death penalty. No, I don't think it's a death penalty case, but it could be the way she did that suitcase and she taunted him, but she also clearly was drunk. Um, I don't know. Girl, a mess. Okay, back to Wade. All right, let's listen to this. Hold on, let me pull something up. Interesting conversation, you guys. Guys, we'll do a recap a little bit later. I got to watch what happened today cuz they started the trial. Susan Lawrence, the lady who killed the mom who went over to cuss the neighbor out, who was yelling at her kids, who came to get their tablet out the yard, and the lady was knocking on the door and ma'am shot through the door and killed the mommy. Um Her trial started today. Another Floridian. Now, we gonna see how that goes. Ma'am is on trial, and ma'am, I think, was known by the neighbors to be like she was kind of like that lady in the neighborhood who was like, you know what I mean? Like the kids thought she was crazy. She's always yelling at them. Even the adults had stuff to say. Like they knew she was a problem in the neighborhood. So I don't know. It's gonna take one or two people to feel sorry for her. And it could take one or two people to have empathy for her. She's Karen's mom. Okay. That's Susan. Susan is Karen's mom. Okay. I'm talking silly talk right now, but if Karen as we know it has a mother, that's Susan. Okay? Susan, the lady that yells out windows and shoots bullets through doors. Okay? That's Susan. Okay? I mean, I think stand your ground is eliminated when you have a whole entire locked door and the ability to pick up a phone and call for police. You don't call police after and say, "Oh, hey, I shot someone," who's only knocking on your door. So just like um the sheriff had space and opportunity to make a different decision, Susan definitely had space and opportunity to make a different decision. And Susan lied a whole lot and had been researching standing your ground. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. And this is in Florida. And Ben Crump was sitting in the courtroom yesterday. And, he's got experience back from Trayvon Martin. That's when we all kind of learned Benjamin Crump's name was with Trayvon Martin. So he has experience with this type of vigilante weirdo taking control of the neighborhood. I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like I'm out, you know what I mean? Just he's got experience with this. Um, all right, let me share my screen. This is the dad. Dad goes off.
Hello?
What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Hey, it's only 51 cents on here,
Yeah.
so we're only gonna talk for a second. So why don't you have to call me back so I can put more money on it? I don't know how to do it unless you call me.
All right, so you want me
Or
to
is
call
there a
you
way
back?
to do it? Yeah, because I need to talk to you.
Oh, you do?
I do. I do badly.
Okay.
Yeah, very badly.
I feel like when we listen to the Joey and Wade and his fiance Joey call, we need to do that like after midnight. That's got to be like a after midnight call because it literally got like it got what's it called? It got R13. It was very nasty, including with the phrase "dick you down." Who says "dick you down" before 5 o'clock? Like, my God, it got nasty. They were doing that nasty talk. We'll have to if we play that call, it's gonna have to be on the late night. Kids have to be asleep. His fiance Joey.
All right, I'll call you back.
So, okay, how long does 51 cents last?
You said what? You said what?
How long does 51 cents last?
I'm really not sure, Dad. I don't really know.
It can't be much.
No, probably like
Just accepting the call, I think.
You have 1 minute remaining.
There you go.
Okay, listen. Call me.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
All right, I'll call you back.
All right.
Up on us. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it doesn't accept it, sometimes that shit acts weird. So
So I got to call.
just make sure you call me right back. Huh?
Yeah, if it doesn't work, I'll
Call me call me until we talk.
All right.
So, you doing all right?
Explicit.
Yeah,
Yes,
let
it's
it
explicit.
run out of time real quick.
Yeah. Are you doing okay?
No, I'm not doing okay. I'm not, actually.
Why? What's wrong?
Well, I'll tell you about it when I call you back because there's only like 20 seconds. I can't tell you
Yeah.
I'm not doing good in that amount of time. But I'll let you know.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, call me right back because it's going to hang up any second. So.
All right, Dad. I'll call you back.
Thank you for using GTL.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. He said that he didn't know how to I guess the dad knew how to when you're in a call add to the balance to complete the call or maybe put a little bit on during a call, but he didn't know how to just like call and put money on it, I guess. I don't know. Oh no, girl. Um, okay. He's thinking about Sonya. Yeah. Manipulation. Okay. It's never a bad time of day to talk nasty. Oh, really? Just ask Nesto and Sonya. They do that nasty talk. Well, they don't talk as nasty. Let me tell you something. The Joey and his future husband Wade call, baby. That got nasty. That was just about as nasty has what that's the okay, when Sonya says stuff like, "You look good on your back," or "I'm gonna choke you," you know what? Sonya needs to get in touch with Wade. Sonya might like Wade because Wade likes to use his hands, and maybe that's the type of guy that Sonya wants. Since Sonya likes a guy in jail, and she likes a little bit of that neck handwork, maybe that's who Sonya needs to talk to because that might be more up her alley. Okay. She likes a good
What's up, man?
criminal.
What's up, man?
What's up?
What's wrong with you?
Huh?
I said, what's wrong with you?
Oh,
I'm
nothing,
in
man. I'm
jail.
in jail. That's all.
I know. I said, is everything okay? And you said no.
Yeah, I'm in jail, bro. That's why everything's not okay.
Oh, well, I mean, you already know that. So I want to tell you about a few things on how I feel about a few things, okay?
Okay.
All right. First of all, that GoFundMe account, that
Yeah.
shit was a pretty stupid move, okay? And I understand, you're trying to get money and all that. I get that part of it. But because of that is what sparked all the other bullshit that now is all over the goddamn news. So, listen, I don't know why you felt the need to sit down and have conversations with these media people and go into detail like you did, because I'm telling you how it was received. It was received from everybody who has heard it, and people are posting all over shit, and they're commenting in the news. You sounded horrible. You sounded like a straight liar. You were stumbling over your words. You were repeating things, trying to, come up with what you were saying. And it really came off bad, Wade. Really, really, really bad.
I mean, I'm just going to say, as if it wasn't bad enough. I mean, his calls with you and Mila were bad enough. I mean, I'm not saying it was good to call the girl from the news station and sit there and lie for 30 minutes on a phone call either, but I mean, there's nothing that he's done that's good. There's nothing that's going to save his ass, and there's no cleaning up what he did. There's no cleanup. It's he's trying to muddy the waters. That's what I think. There's no way to clean up this mess that he has created for himself. There's no way to make it look good that you have just stolen a lady off the street and took her away from her fiance and her kids. There's no cleaning up that you took Auntie Kristen away from her family. You killed an innocent girl who met you and you hooked up with leaving the bar. There's no way to clean that up. That you took these women away from their families, the people that love them, and all of the things. There's no cleanup on that. I don't think that me personally, I don't know that he was trying to clean up. Maybe it was a piss poor attempt to backpedal. Maybe Wade for a second didn't really think that anybody was going to hear the calls right away or in time. They could be missed. Nobody's paying attention to this. Who really cares about me or those girls? I don't think he thought for any stretch of the imagination that people would be podcasting about him. that COVID would happen and podcasting would be huge, and that true crime would go times 10. All of these things that have happened in the past 5 years, I don't think he banked on. I think he thought these two girls were going to be like any other two random killings that nobody gives a fuck about. Hello? How many people have died in your city that you know nothing about, but we know about what Wade did 5 years ago? You know what I'm saying? Someone died last night in any of you guys' city on this call, right? On this call, on this Zoom call, on this live right now. And you might not know anybody's name. Somebody passed away in your city. Some gruesome murder could potentially have happened, but we don't know about them, but we know about this. You know what I mean? I don't think he was banking on what happened, what he did being what this turned out to be. This is unique. This doesn't happen to every guy who puts their hands on someone who's loved. You know what I'm saying? Every person who gets murdered doesn't have this much attention revolving around the conviction and prosecution of the person that did it, right? I'm just saying. Like, we have to put this kind of in perspective. This isn't happening for everybody. This is happening to Wade because he's a freakishly tall man who's got tattoos all over his face. All of these women, he's sexually fluid. He's got he's very, he's loud and boisterous. And this is just kind of like a very odd set of circumstances, and it's all playing out on the internet, right?
You got to look at it from another perspective sometimes. And now they're blasting these phone interviews all over the place where you talk about having sex with Kristen. You didn't even say her name right. You kept saying Kristen, and her name's Christine. So Kristen's the chick you're talking to now. So that really looked bad. What else looked bad is it's like the media doesn't give a fuck about you, Wade. They're not the judge and they're not the jury. So you trying to convince them thinking, oh, they're going to put my story out there and people are going to feel bad for me or see it my way. It did the exact opposite. 100% the exact opposite. So now what Mila's going to do, and I'm just guessing this, I don't know for sure, but what Mila's going to do is now she's going to come back and do her own story to combat the fact that Mila Spa isn't your and hers business. Her car isn't you and hers car. You just
her car is not even her car. I don't give a fuck. Her car is not even her car.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Her car is under some sugar daddy's name. I could give a fuck.
Okay, but you're all over there saying, me and Mila, we have a Hellcat. We have a 2016 Hellcat. No, you don't.
You know what, Dad? I don't give a fuck, man. Okay. I didn't tell the media shit, bro. I didn't tell them anything that's bad for me. They can say because I'm stumbling over my words. Who gives a fuck, man?
Listen. You can think that way. It's going to bite you in your ass because now what's going to happen is when these attorneys, when they charge you and these attorneys come to you, I mark my words, they're going to say to you, listen, the worst thing you ever did was do those news interviews because now you're locked into a story that we can't change. So when you're saying all this to the media, you left out the visit between you and me when on a recorded visitation, you said what you said. Phone calls between you and me where you said what you said. When you talked to Mila and you told her,
okay, but who told them anything about phone calls between me and you? Who told them that?
Wait, it's
who told them that?
Record, son.
Who told them that?
Nobody has told them. The detectives have it, son.
Okay, so no one told them that. Stop it, Dad.
No,
it, man.
Mila,
Give it up, man.
Mila, listen, when you talk to Mila, the media was next to her. She had it on speaker and heard you.
Man, I know that. I already know that. I know that. But I'm talking about with me and you talking on the phone. Who said that? And who's the one that, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Right. Okay.
Wade, you're not hearing me. Nobody said that. I'm telling you that the detectives. You think they didn't watch that? Do you think they didn't hear all that? They came to talk to you later that night after we visited, and you called me the next day, and I said, hey, did they come see you? Yeah, they came to see me. What happened? I told them the truth, Dad. They have all that. You think that's not going to come up in court?
So talking to the media, talking to the media doesn't fucking matter then.
It changes everything. It shows that you don't give a fuck. It shows that now you're changing your story. You
know what? I give a fuck about people that give a fuck about me. That's what I give a fuck about.
You should.
That's what I give a fuck about.
Does that have to do
and I'll tell you what.
Look, I mean, this is all I'm going to say. It goes from him having a confession. It goes from him making a confession to him basically recanting his confession. How many people do that? Didn't that guy Jeffrey do that in the Michael Jordan Bolanos case? He went and confessed to killing Samantha, and guess what? He recanted his confession, and guess what? He wasn't even on trial and got immunity to testify. Like, believe it or not, maybe in some places it works. I don't think it would work for Wade, clearly, because fast forward damn near 5 years, it did not work because he is convicted. Like, anyone who's not familiar with this story and you're here now, spoiler alert, this man on the screen has been convicted. He's awaiting sentencing at this moment. So we'll know whether he's getting a life sentence or a death penalty. But at the end of the day, I think there's a very big difference between maybe starting out saying you're innocent and then whispering to someone on the phone that you're guilty. He basically loud and proud said he was guilty, and then he gets on the news and says he's innocent. I mean, I don't really think it was as detrimental as his dad was making it seem. His son is guilty. Guilty is guilty. At the end of the day, I don't know why he felt the need to cuss his ass out, calling him all kinds of bitches and stupid, when maybe it was just settling in the fact that your son is incarcerated for killing two people, and you have to reconcile with that's the fruit of your loins. At the end of the day, that's your child. That's your child, and you're pissed because your child is a monster. Okay? Like, maybe that's what it is. Because whether he confessed to you, confessed to a priest, confessed to a damn social worker or a police officer, and then turns around and recants the whole thing, at the end of the day, and the end of the end of the day, the day has to end. And we know, most people feel like Wade did. I know there's a bunch of people out here who feel like Wade got set up. Believe it or not, go to TikTok. There are people who feel like Wade got set up. This is a conspiracy. It's all the things. And I'm not talking to y'all. What I'm talking to is the people who are believing the forensic evidence, the video evidence, and his initial confession that he killed these two women, and that he was on a killing spree for 2 days based on some drugs that he got. Girl, I can't even explain it. Don't ask me to explain it. Go to TikTok if you want to know about it. But there are the people who sent him $60,000, the people who were sending him money and buying him suits and filling up his commissary. Didn't I show you guys the short the other day of the lady in the newsroom that says that he has gotten almost 3,000, if I'm correct? I think it was around 3,000. Maybe it's close to 4,000 friend requests on the kiosk. People are sending him friend requests, of which he has accepted maybe a little over 200 and something. People are reaching out to him. People are sending him money. All of the things. Are you kidding me? People are digging him.
That's the
And they
only
believe
thing.
him.
That's the only thing that I give a fuck about. Period.
I understand. But what does that
Good.
have to do with what we're talking about?
Nothing. I'm just letting you know.
What does that
People that have my best interest in mind, I give a fuck about. Everybody else, I could give a fuck less.
And who is that? And who is that?
Don't worry about who that is.
Kristen?
Don't worry about who that
What?
is. Don't worry about who that is.
Okay. Wade, good luck to you, son.
Good luck to
Just
you, Dad.
remember this call.
Just remember when you shit on me, Dad.
And
Every time. Every time you shit on me. Remember that. Yeah, every time you shit on me, Dad.
Okay, buddy. Okay, Wade. All right.
Oh, so you didn't shit on me, Dad? You didn't shit on me?
I haven't shit on you.
Did you
How
or
did
did
I
you
shit
not?
on you?
Come on, man.
Of course
Come
I
on,
didn't
man.
shit on you.
Don't ask me that question like you
How
don't
did I
know.
shit on you?
Don't ask me that
How
question
did
like
I
you don't
shit on
know.
you?
You want me to not have
asked
anybody?
me a
You want me to not have anybody in my life? Is that what
Did
makes you
I
happy?
say that?
Is that what makes? No, but that's what you
Did
do.
I say that?
No, but that's the shit you do.
What did I do?
Every time. That's the
What
shit
did I
you do,
do?
man. You're not stupid. You're not fucking. You don't have an
I don't know
IQ
what
of an IQ of 50, bro. You're not a stupid motherfucker,
You're
bro.
right. So don't try me. Like I do.
No, you
asked
try
me
me.
a question.
You try me, bro.
Question.
You try me, Dad. Always.
How did I try you?
You know,
Wade?
and it's so dumb. You always try me. You don't want me to have anybody in my life.
You're-
That's crazy. You want to just
What are
kick
you
you want to
talking
kick everyone
about?
out of my life, bro.
Wait, save that shit. Don't get on fucking TV talking about I'm a God-fearing man and I've got 2 little kids. You haven't asked me one time about your fucking kids. Not one time. Now you're on fucking the media talking about your God-fearing and I've got 2 kids. You're a dumbass because your stupid ass did what you did. Your stupid ass admitted it, and now your stupid ass is on TV.
Yeah, but Pop, when he was admitting it to you on a recorded jail line, and you've been in jail and you've been in prison, why didn't you say, "Son, be quiet, stop, don't tell me anything else, save that for your lawyer, or save that for your lawyer, don't tell me nothing"? If that's how you really feel, Dad, even though we know, and I guess Dad knows too that he did talk to Mila, because I'm sure the police already told him. If you care, and I'm not saying he doesn't, this is how I'm gonna say, if this is bothering you as much as it is that you feel like he was stupid to talk to the media and change his story or talk to the media at all, and he shouldn't be talking to anybody, when you knew that he was giving a confession and he would have no way to defend himself based on the veracity of the conviction he gave you, talking about, "I ran that bitch over like spaghetti" and all those things, you should have stopped him. If this was like, at the end of the day, Wade did do the right thing because his father told him to do the right thing. And I thought that was beautiful. Like when they had that conversation, that first call, that's what I want to go back to. I want to go back to that first call they had, because at the end of the day, I thought that Wade at that moment, he listened to his dad. He not that it gave remorse, but it maybe to the degree that he could have had any remorse, which it was not a remorseful thing, but he said he wanted to do the right thing and he did the right thing on the strength that his dad told him to do that. I get that. Period. Now you're mad, but keep in mind, like, it wasn't a private phone call. We've all heard it. And I'm sure that part of that call is what secured his conviction. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Claiming you're innocent. You dumb bitch.
Oh well.
Now your stupid ass is put it out on TV.
Hey, look how.
Guess what? You
Yeah, no, I don't think he thought he was making it up. I think in that interview he had with the guy, he was thinking maybe this is another one of Wade's fanciful stories, but he knew. I mean, at a certain point, he realized, no, this was not a story. This is actually what happened. So no, I don't know. I didn't take that comment that way, regarding when he talked to Wade and when he realized, like, okay, this is actually really real.
Look how when I called
And
you
when
out.
they arrested him, so let's look at it that way, none of your business. When he thought Wade was fucking around on the phone, When he talked to Wade and Wade was already in jail, associated with the missing, the person as a person of interest in these girls missing and had beat up Mila. Come on. You didn't know what he was there for? I don't know. Okay, I got you. I don't maybe I don't I
Look how when I
this
call you
type
out, how you
of
snap.
this
You
is
know what I'm saying?
they have a
When I
complicated
call you out,
relationship.
when
Let me
I
say it
call
like
you out,
that.
you show your cards. You show your cards, Dad.
Kid
You show your cards, Dad.
control his anger.
You show your cards.
Two bitches, and now you're fucking.
Yeah, maybe that could definitely be it. Like, just be a man, plead guilty, save the state the money, all of the things. Don't be a spectacle about it. Maybe that's it. Like, let's not make this into a spectacle. They would have never known that this was going to happen. Like 5 years later, that this would be a topic of conversation and all the things.
Claiming you need $8,000 for legal. You know how much money it would cost to defend your ass on murder charges? What do you think the state attorney thinks?
I guess it's a good thing I haven't. I guess it's a good thing I haven't been. I guess it's a good thing I haven't been charged with murder then, huh?
Confession.
I guess it's a good thing I haven't been charged.
Bitch. No, you will be.
Wade, spoiler alert, you're going to be charged with double murder.
See, unfortunately, you will be. And now, Wade, you're going to wear it because your dumbass can't keep your mouth shut.
Oh, well, you can't keep your mouth shut. You tell everybody everything. Listen, man. You tell everybody everything. You can't keep your mouth shut.
Save that shit, Wade.
No, that's the truth, though. You know how sad that is. That's the truth.
My number, bitch.
That's the truth.
Don't give nobody the number because I tell the truth. You got this dumbass bitch who on the phone with me. You claim she ain't really a fat girl, Dad, but you know she's borderline a fat girl.
Who
cares?
How
stupid you sound.
Who cares? You know the game.
No,
why would you ruin? Why would you ruin my game? Why do you care to? Why do you care to ruin my game?
Attorney cares.
Why do you want to ruin my game? That's what I'm asking you. Answer my question. Why do you want to ruin my game?
Woman like that.
Answer my question. Why do you want to ruin my game? Why do you want to ruin my game?
You ain't got game. You don't have game.
Well, Dad, you know what? Sad to say, I came from you. So who gives a fuck?
Lame as fuck, Wade.
Dad, you're lame as fuck. Dad, you're lame as fuck, Dad. You're lame as fuck, Dad.
With your story.
You're lame as fuck, Dad.
Lame with your lies.
Oh well,
now
who cares,
you
Dad?
deal with it. So I care, and you know what? I'm gonna stop caring. Thank you for using GTL.
Thank you for watching. Don't
Damn,
forget
who
to
hung
like,
up
subscribe,
first?
and
Was that Wade?
I don't know how to do it.
Hold on. Did Wade drop the phone, or did the dad? The dad was still yelling till the bitter end. So Wade must have hung up on him, huh? Let's hear. Because it sounded like he was banging the phone or something. Listen. Can y'all hear? Hold on.
watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and
That last little bit of Wade hung up. Yeah. Well. Let's go back. When we come back, I want to listen to the first two calls. I want to listen to the Wade call. I want to listen to the first Wade call with his dad and with Mila. That's what I want to listen to. If you guys have not, hold on one second. If you guys have not, click on the link above. If you have not listened to it, if you guys watched, hold on, this right here, we reacted to this already. So maybe some of you guys missed it. Hold on. We did this, like, when did we do this? Sometime last week. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Duh. We went through this whole video.
Start of October 6th.
When he was talking to the girl at the news story at all. When you hear this account, so this is a news reporter, and sis got the exclusive, like, he'd literally been in jail. Let me see. This was November 15th, 2019. And I think they apprehended him maybe October. So we went through several videos, including this one. So if you hadn't caught this video, I started it right here, but let me give you guys the full link. This is the full link. I'll put it in the first pin comment. I'm just dropping the full link now to the full video. If you haven't watched that video yet, go and catch it. Get into it. When we come back, we hadn't reacted to the first videos. I would like to listen to those benchmarked. I would like to listen to the first call with his dad when he basically tells his dad the story and benchmark it against what we just listened to, and then go over to his dad's interview, and we can do that too. I don't know if we'll get that all done in one day, but we'll I would like to listen to Dad and Mila real talk phone calls from prison, call 1 and 2 in the Wade catalog. And then the next time we meet, we'll go over and listen to the dad's, because the dad's interview is like a full hour. So that'll take us 2 to get through that. And listen to that and I mean, I thought it was really good. It was interesting to hear about, okay, a 15-year-old and a 14-year-old and their story, a little bit of basically the father's story. He didn't have a lot to say about the mom's story because he was speaking mostly for himself, but his life, he's been married to this lady he's known for many, many years before he even knew Wade's mom, I guess, or as long as he knew Wade's mom. And just, a little bit about the storyline and all of that. So yeah, next time we meet, we'll do that if you guys want to, because I mean, I do think it's interesting. I just we're just going in a different order. Okay. Okay, guys, and then Susan Lawrence. Okay, let's keep our eyes out. I'm gonna listen to opening statements today, and then maybe we'll recap on it tomorrow. We might not get all the way into it until there's like some compelling, I'm sure all of it's compelling testimony, so don't get me wrong, but we have so many cases that we're looking out for right now. Wade needed to that cussing out by his dad. Wade thinks he's the Mac. Right. He's running game to a lot of people, and look, his father has every right to be sad and feel a way about how things are turning out for his son, especially when he was able to kind of realize a relationship with him when they gave him up for adoption. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have a baby's gone, and later in life, Wade found him, and he's a whole grown man at this point, and he finds his son, or his son finds him. He said Wade reached out to him at 18, and they started a relationship, and it's unfortunate, right? And he saw Wade making a lot of the same mistakes he did. There's no doubt in my mind that his father has some regrets, maybe some guilt, and just, it might be looking at a mirror, and maybe instead of, being grateful that he's able to be outside, you know what I mean? I don't know. I have to really think about it, because this is a very complicated case, and I can only imagine what it's like to have your kid in hot water like this, and also murdering people. I mean, this is awful. You know what I mean? So this is probably very gut wrenching for this family, I'm sure. On top of the victims, right? The victims are having to deal with this shit show, right? Because this man's getting a lot of attention, and Christine and Diane probably don't get half the attention that this guy's getting. And these ladies lost their lives tragically, through no fault of their own, right? Making a bad decision should not cost you your life, but unfortunately, the reality is that it does, right? Or making a decision, choosing to say, "Oh, hey, you need direction somewhere," and not realizing that you being nice and kind and helpful is something that could actually, but really and truly, Diane Ruiz could have done absolutely nothing. The man could have just ran her off the road. You know what I mean? Knowing what kind of a drug, how drug crazed he was at the time, we don't even really, we just know what he says happened. And then he's recanted it. We really don't even know what happened. All we know is his side of the story. Unless there's video to really show what happened, we just know loosely based on what he said, ma'am met her death at the hands of him. He said he got the papers at some point, and I guess she couldn't handle it, right? We'll watch the whole interview. We'll watch the whole thing. Okay, guys, I gotta run. I gotta go pick up my daughter from tennis. You guys have a good rest of the day. We'll do the rest of that. Hopefully I'll be able to come back this afternoon. I think I will. So if you guys are up for part 2, those first 2 calls, then just come on back in when I hit that live button, okay? You guys, thanks for coming through. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys a little bit later, okay?